Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. 'Tis the season to see somebody get their ass whooped. Now, I think Canelo against Crawford could end up like Roach against Gervonta Davis. Now, make sure you like and subscribe and leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. And give me a follow on Twitter, man. I got what? We going on 13,000 subscribers here. You telling me I can't have 6,000 people follow me on Twitter? But anyway, what we could see is Canelo be in the position of a Gervonta Davis and Crawford be in the position of a Lamont Roach, where Canelo gets in the ring and he gets in there with someone who's technically skilled and not intimidated, and has studied Canelo to a T and knows what he's bringing to the ring, and he's ready for everything. That's what we could see, because that's what Lamont Roach did to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis known for the big left hand, tranquilizing opponents. Canelo's known for getting in the ring and always hurting his opponents. He hasn't had a knockout in a while, but he hits you and he hurts you. And more times than not, opponents put on their track shoes and they start hauling ass around the ring. Terrence Crawford could do that. I think Terrence Crawford, like Canelo can counterpunch too, but so could Tank. But in that fight, Lamont Roach he looked more seasoned. And you could see when Crawford gets in there with Canelo, where Crawford looks more seasoned. You can see Canelo throw the big left hook, throw the straight right hand. And Crawford does that little catch and shoot. Boom, bing, and Canelo stumble back. One thing you're not going to see from Terrence Crawford, you're not going to see him arguing with his corner. He's going to be like Lamont Roach and his team. Over there in the corner, strictly business, sticking to the game plan, and the corner is studying everything Canelo's doing, and when he comes back, you do a data dump on him. Okay, this is how you go into the next round. You could see Eddie Reynoso over there trying to give the goddamn Teddy Atlas fireman speech. We're firemen! And Canelo be like, man, get out of here with that bullshit. Take that back to Guadalajara, Jalisco. Tis the season. Because most people, they're not really giving Crawford a chance. He's coming up some weight divisions. Lamont Roach went up a weight division. Who has Crawford fought? Who has Lamont Roach fought? We're gonna find out what the real deal is, right? Crawford's too small. Lamont Roach is the smaller guy. Lamont Roach was in there, man. Defense tight. I mean, countering, throwing uppercuts, hooks, jabs, feinting. He took Gervonta Davis' confidence as well as his best shots. I think Canelo's going to start to crap bricks in that ring. If he throws something at Crawford and Crawford is catching it or slipping it or riding with it and coming back with big counters, you're going to see Canelo he's gonna end up paralyzed in that ring, because he already has a low punch output just like Tank does. Crawford has a higher punch output, and he showed he can do that against Madrimov, like Lamont Roach had a much higher punch output. And you could see where Canelo, who already has not the highest, but it's probably average, but for the most part could be on the lower end. You could see where Canelo all of a sudden doesn't throw as many shots as people are used to, because he's getting countered, because he's getting hit. Roach, I think, had longer arms than Gervonta Davis. Crawford definitely has longer arms than Canelo, Guadalajara, Jalisco's finest. So anybody out here who's saying they don't think that Crawford has a chance, okay, nobody thought Lamont Roach had a chance. And most of you who say Lamont Roach didn't have a chance are the ones who watched the fight and said, shit, Lamont Roach beat Tank. And y'all the ones saying Crawford don't have a chance. So look, Crawford, I'm not even going to say Crawford is way better than Lamont Roach, skill for skill. What I'll say is, we now know how good Lamont Roach is, and we already know how good Terrence Crawford is. We know Canelo gets big. We know Canelo's a great fighter. We know Tank's a great fighter. But you just never know when the stars are going to line up for the upset. The sun shines on every dog's ass once in a while. It shined on Lamont Roach's ass. Could shine on Terrence Crawford's when he get in that ring with Canelo. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Don't sleep on Terrence Crawford. He may come in and put the Omaha, Nebraska bing bings on Guadalajara, Jalisco's finest and have most people out here miserable. Because I'm telling you, like 80% of people ain't giving Crawford a chance. There's that 20% of the Crawford fan base who's like, nah, Crawford gonna get in there and beat Canelo. But I don't care what any of y'all say. I'm going with what the boxing experts are saying. Now, I'm not talking about these content creators. I'm talking about, what's his name? Roy Jones. I'm talking about Usyk. I'm talking about unified champions, undisputed champions, ex-champions. Those guys all say Terrence Crawford has a great chance to win the fight. Some say he wins the fight. So in my opinion, I don't know. I still think Canelo should be the favorite. I'm just saying, shit, Crawford and Canelo, it could be just like what we saw this weekend with Roach and Tank, where people are sitting there saying, holy crap, Crawford just wobbled Canelo. Oh, damn, Canelo hit Crawford with something hard, and he came right back. And then we get to the end of the night, and now we're all sitting here in suspense waiting for the decision, and we hear something, and we're like, nah, hell no, they jerked Crawford. But I'm gonna tell you what, Crawford and Canelo, I'm gonna be really watching that because Canelo, he didn't slate Turki Alalshikh, but he did kind of puff up his chest a little bit, saying, why do I need those guys? You know what I'm saying? Gervonta Davis really slated Turki Alalshikh, was very disrespectful. Canelo, not so much. But Canelo's just like, we'll talk business. But then you see Canelo's over there. So we know Turki Alalshikh. It sounds like he wants to be fair, but at the end of the day, the fighters he wants to win, they don't always win. But I still was trying to grasp what happened with Turki Alalshikh and Hamza Shiraz. I'm starting to hear now that he didn't look at the judges' scorecards. It was his scorecard, or he got wind of the unofficial scorecard. I didn't look into all that. All I'm going to tell you is, whether he looked at the official scorecards, the unofficial scorecards, or his scorecard, he had no business going over there to the corner telling Hamza Shiraz anything. That's horrible. Anyway, man, y'all keep cool. Canelo better be careful, especially if Turki Alalshikh really, really likes Crawford. And if Crawford makes that fight close, I ain't saying there's going to be no corruption, but I'm all about the conspiracy theory. Canelo may get jerked in Saudi. Then they have the rematch for huge money. But you just don't know. Crawford could get knocked out cold. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.